but your heart is so thick you only think with your dick. Ooh, you think you're so damn slick.
My name is Josa, and I started bowling because I heard about this competition. Because I want that scooter. Right there. Actually, I want the red one, but anyway. So I've been bowling for like 2 months now. 2 solid months. I saw it at the end of August, and I've always had this dream that one day I will buy a dog, and my dog and it will ride on my back, and we will scooter across Europe.
Yeah, I usually picked up a few tips from Eastern religions, and so I really firmly believe in blessing the area in which I will bowl.
But it's not really just about the scooter. I've been told recently by my doctor that I have to do some anaerobic exercises because my lung capacity is too big. I don't know what that means. I mean, like, I grow my own plants. I'm a botanist. But I think bowling will help me.
My name's Lau. My age is 24. My beer's a Domo. And I like to bowl. I heard from my friend Yosha.
Josa?
Yosa?
Josa.
Yeah. I heard it from my friend Yosa. I heard about the competition from my friend Yosa. And I don't know, she made bowling sound cool, you know? So alcoholism. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard things about it, you know? Sometimes here and there, a friend, a family member, mother, father. Trying to tell me, like, you shouldn't drink so much, you know?
What about when you get scooter?
When I get scooter, I get home and I drink, you know, at night when I'm drunk, I ride scooter on bike path. I don't really know car drivers, people, or maybe someone on the bike path, but, game over.
So yeah, the last couple times I tried bowling, didn't really go so well for me. But I really, really want the scooter. So one of my friends told me about this guy named Bob Recon, who's apparently really good at motivating people to do like what they want to do. So I called a couple friends of mine who are doing this thing with me. And I'm really excited about this because I think it's going to work.
So I got into music and like sort of more the creative aspects, and especially sub-frequency sounds and super frequency sounds. I don't know if you've heard of these. These are basically sounds beyond the range of human hearing. Like most humans can hear like between 18 hertz and 18,000 hertz. So I'm interested in sound like below that range and above that range. And what's interesting about these sounds is that you can't hear them, but they still affect your brain and your body. So like high frequency sounds, they go like this, the squiggly lines, and they still affect the brain even though you can't hear them. Low frequency sounds are like this, like really long waves. Sometimes you can feel them in your body, these low vibrations and stuff like that. So that's basically what I'm interested in. I use this to create music. Like I had some extreme frequency rave parties, for instance, where you couldn't hear the music, but it was still like affecting your brain. This is kind of a trip. Now I'm using it for like motivational training, because you can basically retrain the brain to do anything just using sound waves, basically like reprogramming the brain. And that's where this little machine comes in right here. This is an old 1970s portable reel-to-reel recorder. But I've modified it so that the speakers can actually produce these extreme frequencies beyond our hearing. And the reason why I use this and not a modern day digital recorder is because digital recorders record like little bits of sound, like little bits of information. This actually records sound waves on this tape. So it produces waves just like our brain produces waves. So you have to use analog equipment like this. And I've got some special low and high frequency sounds that are basically going to affect your brain. You won't even be aware of it. You might hear a little buzz or something, but it's going to reprogram your brain. And I also know that you guys are doing some bowling, like in a bowling competition. Do you have much experience in bowling?
A few months.
A few months. That's about it. Yeah. What's amazing about like any activity, whether it's bowling or rugby or like Disney on Ice or something like that, is that like all of these sort of activities are only like 10% physical. 90% of it is mental.
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
So with this sort of training, I mean, you can actually become a professional bowler in a very short period of time. It's amazing. It's going to trip you out. You may not feel it at first, but when you go out and start bowling, I mean, you're going to be blowing everybody away. So we got to do two things. One, we're going to use this and do sort of like a vision quest. I'm actually going to be taking you on a journey into like the waveforms going on in your mind. And so just sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. Don't worry about it. It's a round trip ticket. I'm going to be bringing you right back here. The other thing is that I realize there's a prize for this bowling competition. So you got to visualize that prize. And that prize, of course, are these scooters. So you got to visualize this and like make the scooters the object of your desire. Basically, the scooters are your food, they're your reproduction, they're your survival. Visualize that as we listen to these sound waves.
You and me are going to ride into the sunset.
Sort of clear your mind. And I'm going to start playing it right now.
This is Bob Recon. You are listening to BitRad, the Big Mouth Radio Beam.
Now look at these scooters. Internalize them. Make these scooters like the ultimate object of your affection. As these sub-frequency sounds and these super-frequency sounds are permeating your mind, I don't know if you can feel it yet, you'll feel it later. Later, when you're holding the bowling ball in your hands, when you're slipping your fingers in the hole, you're going to be bowling strikes.